Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, subscribe is the vibe. You boys on the road to 20K. Humbly. Yo, we got life as a prison in the world's most strict jail, bro. Yo, every single time I react to these prison videos, I just always flash back at my past and realize how far I've come. Like, I'm not gonna speak like I was some type of serial criminal. I was nothing like that, but the lessons I've learned throughout my life, bro, I'm so glad I ain't never have to spend a day in prison. I knew at a very early age, jail just wasn't for me. I mean, and I never want to react to these videos like I'm some type of saint. I told you, I got arrested at 18 years old, bro. I was scamming gift cards and hooking up my niggas in the hood. Bro, they would come, I would give them a discount. I would OD on my discount. What, boy? Man, they gave us 30% off back in the day when niggas used to buy DVDs. Bro, ask everybody that knew me. I was feeding the streets. And I've made a lot of bad choices with friends growing up. I ain't gonna front. I was young and dumb and just outside. Like, I mean, like what 90s baby wasn't always outside? But every single time I react to these videos, bro, I always tell y'all, don't be these guys, bro. You don't get the credit you think you about to get when you go to jail, bro. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I hate to be the first one to tell you, but it sound good in the streets when people recognize you as a nigga that did time. But dude, you missing out on life. You missing out on all the fruits and labors that comes with just being free, bro. I don't wish prison on no one, but every single time I see these joints, bro, I'll be like, damn, bro. I'd hate to ever be at a point in my life where I make a mistake that I can't learn from, or I just don't get a second chance at it. That's why I say. And I learned a valuable lesson. I was like, yo, bro, I don't ever want to spend a day in jail, bro. Jail was miserable. I can only imagine prison. Prison is just a figment of my imagination. Or this video we were about to react to. I can't tell you the first thing about this shit, but I know what I've seen. I know what I've reacted to. I believe these men. And I always say other people's mistakes are a great reflection of the decisions that you should make in your life. But yeah, man, let's get right into it. This is life as a prisoner in the world's most strict jail. The world's most strict jail.
Next, we will enter an isolation cell, which is where prisoners are sent when they commit an infraction. The only light entrance is a hole in the ceiling. How many people did you kill?
I do not remember.
Bruh.
We have committed different crimes at different times.
Absolutely.
I don't remember.
Is done in here. From going to the bathroom to cleaning up, everything is done in here open. This group behind me alone is very possibly responsible directly or indirectly for more than 200 homicides.
I can't even read that shit. Oh, nah. Can we get some type of translation?
We are in El Salvador, and today we will enter the Terrorism Confinement Center, the largest prison in the Americas, with a capacity to house about 40 prisoners, of which today a
And look at that shit, bro. That shit's in the middle of field. No neighbors. You know what I mean? Even if you try to escape, bro, like, it's just mountains and valleys. Nah, bro.
It's about 40 prisoners, of which today a significant percentage are dangerous.
Damn.
Gang members and criminal leaders considered terrorists. This is a maximum security prison, and this is evident from the moment you are perhaps a kilometer from its perimeter, because there are already security elements that begin to interrogate you. They get out of your vehicle, they do a body search, they check your identification. Who are you? What are you doing here? They tell me that there are 7 security filters. Those that are imposed, which makes it practically an impossible mission for anyone to enter or leave without full authorization. In this video, we will know a little of how life is here inside. What are some methods and punishments that are imposed to control today's inmates? What are some of the rules that the country has imposed to control the situation with its criminals? Come, the Lord is waiting for us. Let's give him to come in. Of course, they take all your belongings, phone, wallets, nothing. You can get in. It is even very interesting that the prison is built with a technology that does not allow a telephone signal, so that nothing really communicates from inside here.
Dead zone.
They also pass you to one floor where they search you, they take off your shoes, they even check the thickness of your socks. It is not for nothing that it is defined as a maximum security prison. When a person deprived of his freedom, that is a prisoner, enters here, his whole body is searched with a technology that allows us to literally see if there is anything inside his body. Data capture is taken, and he proceeds to go to the module assigned to him. Oh, by the way, we are able to enter to document with special press permits, but we do not really admit any type of visit.
Like, yo, bro, just one of the biggest forms of just like demoralizing a human being gotta be putting a human being in chains, bro. Like, you see how these men have to be transported, either butt ass naked or in their underwears with chains around their wrist and their ankles, bro. It's just like they treating them like animals, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, son. Like, this shit just ain't play it. Like, and it's crazy too, because I always say people sign up for life sentences every single day, B. But like, bro, you see what these men are going through? This shit sound cool. Sound cool being tough and being dumb and letting your emotions get the best of you. But when you end up in a place like this, come on, man. Like,
People deprived of their liberty in these types of prisons, specially designated for terrorists, are not entitled to any visits.
sheesh.
Nothing about, I want to see my mom, I want to see my wife, my daughter, nothing. You lost that right because of the decisions you made in the armory. You have
Sheesh.
guns, of course, to control in the event of a riot or similar situation. To date, there has not been one. And look, these are the hand and foot cuffs that are placed on prisoners who have to leave their cells, whether
That
for
ain't player,
food,
bro.
exercise,
That shit
medical
corny.
care, etc. You don't leave without a pair of these.
Everybody got the same haircut.
This
Ain't
is a
no drip.
surprisingly light but sturdy bulletproof vest.
Couldn't be me.
We are already inside one of the modules that has 32 cells, of which each one has a capacity to receive about 100 people deprived of their freedom. Although these numbers may vary, it is very shocking to see it up close. Criminals sleep in a 4-tier bunk system without any kind of mattress, and once people enter here, they will not leave.
Look at their bedrooms, bro. Oh my God. This is where they put their heads at. This shit looks like the hell in a cell. Yo, what? This shit look like the elimination chamber, bro. Nah, bro. Prison ain't it, y'all. This is the worst I've ever seen by far, bro. Like, this shit look like a hardcore match could be held up in here. 100 prisoners who are all being deprived of natural resources and access to their family. You got 100 fools in here that done copped multiple bodies and you got to rest your head next to? Like, damn, bro.
Leave until they finish their sentences.
Nah.
We're talking about criminals here with sentences ranging from 20 years to over 1,000 years. Literally, there are beings who did crimes such that they were given sentences of more
Look at
than
my
1,000
face.
years. Saying that when
Imagine
you
calling
enter
him
the
your neighbor.
sector, you do not leave until you finish your sentence, because everything, absolutely everything, is done in here. From going to the bathroom to washing up, everything is done here open. Another shocking fact is that the lights are never turned off here, not even to sleep, which makes you completely lose track of time. There are no clocks, so you don't know what time it is. It depends entirely on the schedules imposed on you by the custodians when they enter. Everyone has to be abducted. We can also see that everyone has the same uniform, and there are collective pots which they use to shower, to bathe, to do. We can also see that here there is a person from the medical team who comes every morning to leave pills for people who have some condition, who maybe are feeling some discomfort. Even their hearings, in case their sentences have to be extended, are done from here inside. I want you to pay attention to this. We are in the module, here are the cells, and right here is the fourth of face-to-face and notification. This is in case any of the prisoners have been accused of new crimes for which they have not been tried, that this may extend their sentences. So from Juan Perez, come here, they found you a new crime. They are accusing you of something else because they are informing you of all this, and then in this other room here they do the confrontation, they do the recognition of identity. Then they form different prisoners, they give them a number on this side. Okay, here this is a glass that can be seen perfectly from there, from here to there, it is like a mirror. So the person who is crossing here can identify the aggressors, the accused, and without having set foot outside the module, this person is already accused of a different crime and can already spend many more years in here. Likewise, here inside the module are the courtrooms where the accused can talk to their lawyers. All of that is respected here, and their new sentences are read to them all remotely. This is very impressive. So here they have the cameras for video calls. Here they sit those already sentenced. Here they listen. Here they can dialogue. Here they can talk. Here they can speak everything remotely. So I repeat, you don't set foot outside. No, this is truly amazing. They are taking us to another area. And notice this detail. Every time you change area, the floor is made of stones on purpose to make noise in case someone escapes. Make every little step more than evident. Let's go up to one of the watchtowers. From up here, we can see some of the modules, and we can appreciate the security rings.
You heard that?
The highest walls are 9 meters of concrete, followed by 3 meters of electrified fencing. I was allowed to go up to the catwalk.
I'm telling y'all, man, they got them boys living in the elimination chamber, bro.
To see from above into the cells. Here we can observe some of the methods that the prisoners use to sleep, as you will see in their welcome kit, and so we could call them.
Hell nah.
They are given a sheet, they are given their uniform, and they are given a towel. You can see that some choose to cover themselves with the sheet and put the t-shirts over their eyes to keep the light out so they can sleep, and still others choose to lie on their towels.
Inhumane.
We are now witnessing a cell extraction. This is an activity that is done once a day so that the prisoners can exercise. What is done is that the criminals are taken out of the cell in an orderly fashion, 5 by 5 or sometimes 10 by 10. They are placed in a row and handcuffs are placed on their wrists and ankles. Sometimes they are also joined together. They are then escorted to a designated area of the module where they will be surrounded by guards so that they can move around without the possibility of rebelling. Similarly, here we can see that most, if not all, of the guards choose to cover their faces for their own safety and that of their families, because in many cases they themselves live in neighborhoods that have been previously ruled by gang members, so they do not want to have to pay negative consequences for the work they are doing here or for their country. Their loved ones. Oh, and see, from inside the cell, they put the handcuffs on their wrists first, of course, so that no one can push the door open once it is opened. And look, right now we are seeing how they are
got
being
it covered,
one prisoner at a time. Look how the chain is.
I mean, you got to learn these you got to learn these lessons through experience. They probably had a couple of guards get their ass beat. I ain't go front, bro. You got me sleeping on a steel chair, bro. You know what I'm saying? No mattresses, no comforters. You treating these human beings like animals. These brothers ain't never gonna see a XX chromosome so long as they live. Nah, bro.
This with the intention of minimizing risks. Talking with a guard, I was just given a piece of information that shocked me, and that is that this group alone, which is behind my back, is very possibly directly or indirectly responsible for more than 200 homicides. What a blood-curdling piece of information. Once they are formed and the perimeter is protected by guards, their handcuffs are removed so that they can move freely and thus exercise. It is quite frightening to be just a few meters away from murderous kidnappers without any kind of protection. Luckily, there are literally dozens of guards surrounding me. But I won't deny it, this is a scary experience. Looking at the tattoos some of them have on their chests and backs,
them boys will bother you, boy.
They used to belong to. Most allude to Mara Salvatrucha or 18, which are gangs, historically enemies.
Sheesh.
It is interesting to see the strategy of putting them together in the same cell to represent that the gang no longer cares about you. That has been left in the past, and this ideology has changed this system of separating the gangs by cells so they don't fight. Here they are practically being forced to reach a peace agreement.
You see, the whole gang culture is something that's always been around since even I was a young jit in my hood, bro. Like, I was just surrounded by, like, Crips and Bloods, really. And, like, as I grew up, I remember the temptation was always there for me to, like, be affiliated with some type of crew based off of some type of color. And back in the day, niggas used to rock beads. I'm not sure if they rock beads anymore, but you could typically tell what gang you were from by the bead you had around your neck. And I don't know, bro. It just was never really my lane. You know, I feel like anybody from the hood got a friend that's a Crip or a Blood or someone that's gang affiliated. Even if that wasn't your path, you know someone that's still in that shit. And I just hated the consequences behind making that decision, bro. Like, and fortunately for me, I had choices, bro. Like, I had, like, niggas in the hood that used to look over me and shit like that. And I had some smart friends. I kept myself around. Most of my friends weren't really involved in that shit, to be honest, bro. You see the consequences behind some of these men that are just either born into this shit or made a decision to join this shit, bro. Like, to be living this kind of lifestyle based on the decisions you made over a gang is kind of crazy, bro. Like, you sleeping on a steel chair. You're never gonna taste freedom. You don't even know what time it is, bro. They put you there so you could lose your mind and possibly kill yourself. But they won't even let you kill yourself. So like, yeah, bro, that gang culture shit is always gonna be around. I don't think that shit's ever gonna go anywhere. Like, I know people that are in that shit for the right reasons, but the majority of them, son, they all end up here, bro. Like, I don't know. Just prison was never meant for me, man.
Of profiles that list crimes they have committed, and it is very difficult to listen to them, and it makes your skin crawl. Rape, aggravated homicides, kidnappings, truly inhumane acts. I got to read profiles whose sentences listed 270 years, and this, if not more crimes, are added to the years that are
Damn,
left
look
to
at
live.
brother man
And if
face.
seeing all these images, it is easy to suddenly be moved, to touch your heart, to say, wow, what harsh mistreatment inside the prison, but when you learn of the inhumane atrocities they have committed, it makes sense.
Look, they got these niggas running in the hall. Yo.
Next, we will enter an isolation cell, which is where the prisoners are sent when they commit an infraction. They are always locked with a padlock and basically consist of this space in which they have a cement slab, they have a tub of water with a bucket, they have an access to drainage, and they have a bathroom.
Nah.
The only light that you have is a hole in the ceiling, and depending on the severity of your infraction, the number of hours you have to spend here will be defined. I can tell you that it is a very claustrophobic sensation, very dark, and echo accompanied by a silence that weakens anyone, a very serious punishment.
What?
I do not want to imagine myself in a situation like this in which I would be locked up in this cell. The isolation cells have this hatch through which food is passed, and likewise with this small window through which you can supervise the person who is in there. You can close the door and check.
Yo, 2 coffees to go. You'd have to kill me, bro. You'd have to kill me. Like, there's nothing I'm doing to want to live every single day like this, under these conditions, bro, where it's just designed for you to lose your mind, either from claustrophobia or just, you know, being in a room by yourself. Like, there is no upside to anything that we're watching right here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when I tend to, like, talk to people about goals in life and shit like that, I speak from the perspective of a free man. I feel like I can help you kind of find your path in life, because some of us, we're just a conversation away, right? But these men, I can't talk to dudes that are incarcerated, bro. There is, like, no good news. And then these conditions, come on, bro. Like, I'm off this. Like, life in jail, life in prison, and I got to endure this? Nah, bro. Like, look at this
Right
spot,
now we
bro.
have the camera light on. Turn it off, it's completely dark, right? This is a traumatizing experience.
They don't care
If we
about their
talk about
trauma.
the food, they serve 3 courses of food. I asked to taste the breakfast, that's what I'm going to get. Now we can see that it consists of rice with beans, cream, and 2 tortillas. They tell me that breakfast and dinner is usually the same. It is usually the same dish. And at lunchtime, maybe they can serve some pasta. Maybe they can serve a rice with a different preparation. But they never really eat chicken or meat. That doesn't exist here. That doesn't exist here. What do we get, frijolito? We get cream. Each plate of food is put on the scale and has to weigh 1 pound. There is no distinction of any kind of rank here. Everyone, absolutely everyone, eats the same. Today you are probably wondering about the people who are here working, packing the food. They are also people serving time in prison. Yes, but they are what we might call low-risk criminals. Basically, all of them are in another prison, not in this one, because I repeat that this one is only for terrorists.
Damn, son.
All these people are under supervision, and they are brought in to work from other
You know the
prisons.
food ain't good when you being served by a prisoner, bro. They weren't finna get you no waiters, no waitresses. Like, you know the food ain't hitting if it's being served by a nigga serving times.
To do some of their community service.
This
As I
is
was telling you,
crazy.
they never leave the modules, and this also applies to meal times. We can see that the plates and trays are left just outside the bars, and they are the ones who take them and hand them out. I wondered how they managed to prevent abuses and the food from being stolen so that someone is left without food. They tell me that all this is controlled from above. There is supervision, and they make sure that everyone is eating.
Niggas got the
and in the
AR
same way, we can
inside
see
the
that there are
prison.
custodians here watching that the food is distributed fairly once they finish their food. It is their job to rinse the dishes, to leave them relatively clean. They leave them there to be picked up, and then they can use that water to clean their mouths, to clean their bodies. We are going to talk now with a prisoner who has been involved in gangs since he was young. He has been here for a very long time and has a lot more to come. What gangs do you belong to?
To the MS-13
Why are you here?
for multiple offenses.
Like what?
Homicides, deprivation of liberty, kidnapping, etc. How many people did you kill? I don't remember. So many were. We have committed different crimes at different times.
How long have you been in prison?
I entered at the age of 21 and I am 47. So many were. We have committed different crimes at different times.
How long have you been in prison?
I entered at the age of 21 and I am 47 years old.
Sheesh.
How much time do you have left?
He done spent more years behind the cell than as a free man. Damn, son. You got the ultimate, you won the ultimate lottery ticket in life, right? I always say, bro, if you break it down to the science of this shit, bro, in order for you to exist, you had to have beaten out 1,000 cells that look just like you, nigga. Just like you. If any of them other cells reach that egg before you do, you're not even here. You're just a figment of an imagination, maybe in another dimension, but that's for another conversation, right? But the ultimate lottery ticket is fucking life, nigga. If you're alive today, just understand how blessed you are because you didn't have to be you. And he didn't have to be him. Bro, you won the ultimate lottery ticket in life. And this is what you do with it? This is what 26 years incarcerated? How many? Yo, oh my God, bro. Man walked in at 21. He's now 40-something. What? I didn't even realize how old he said he was.
Different crime. One and I am 47 years old.
47.
How much time do you have left?
When God permits, I will go out. Don't get into criminal groups like gangs, organized crime. Nothing that is crimes or sins on this earth. Because the consequences are serious even if they offer you heaven or earth. That is a lie of the devil.
It is very sad to hear these stories and to know that it is the case of many of those here who committed horrible crimes.
Yeah,
when they
we
were
gonna
just
keep
children.
him behind themselves, bro.
Their
We gonna
environment
keep him
committed horrible crimes.
he don't. Come on, man.
Bruh.
We don't need him at any job, in any neighborhood, around anybody. Forget children. We don't need him around adults, bro. Like, we just gonna keep this one away from society and just, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this nigga look like Paulo Escobar's hitman, son. Grade A assassin, bro. All the badges in the world. This man is a marksman. We gonna keep him behind the wall, bro. For real, for real.
Crimes when they were just children. Their environment got them involved in gangs. The society they grew up in made them believe that this was the right path. Yes, it's very hard. It's very sad. And I mean, whatever time you're watching me, you may think that the gang is your only escape. There's always another way. And you don't have to look for the easy way out. I leave this prison in El Salvador very shocked and with a strange feeling of relief. I can tell you that I have visited many prisons and have documented several for the channel. It gives a horrible feeling of helplessness when you visit prisons where criminals who have done horrible things live like kings. To be able to appreciate these conditions.
Pause. These men look like raw chicken, bro. Like, just put me 6 foot under, bro. I'll take my chances with the spirits. You're not putting me through this. Like, pause.
And these measures in a maximum security prison gives a certain feeling of empowerment to a simple citizen like me. What feeling do you leave with? I'll read them down here in the comments. Many thanks to the people in the industry for opening the doors for me to be able to document this and share it with you. See you as always, in a few days with a new video.
Yo, shout out to my subscriber for putting me onto this. This was pretty good. It was pretty good, for real, for real. I enjoyed it. Like, damn, son. Again, I mean, this ain't nothing y'all shouldn't know by now. You know what I mean? I'm not reinventing the wheel. Certain decisions in your life, and it doesn't even have to be gang related. It just has to go along with just making a bad decision, letting your anger get the best of you, or being a part of a stupid situation and not knowing the laws. But nonetheless, bro, nobody want to end up in prison. But this one was pretty bad, bro. This one was pretty bad. Life as a prisoner in the world's most strict jail, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed. Mamba out.